Huckabee slammed CNN host for obscene Trump tweet. Mike Huckabee criticized CNN host Reza Aslan for calling President Trump a piece of expletive for the way he responded to the London Bridge attack. Aslan responded to Trump's call for vigilance by tweeting, "This piece of expletive is not just an embarrassment to America and a stain on the presidency." When Trump had tweeted, "We need to be smart, vigilant, and tough. We need the courts to give us back our rights. We need the travel ban as an extra level of safety." CNN host Reza Aslan calls at Real Donald Trump POS, same guy. So Mike Huckabee tweets about Reza Aslan. CNN host Reza Aslan calls at Real Donald Trump POS, same guy who ate human brain on TV. Must have been his own brain. So in other words, Huckabee is dissing this guy because this guy on his program, Aslan, traveled to India and visited a shunned extremist sect of Hinduism that engages in cannibalism and other indecent customs. I'm surprised how Huckabee picked that up, how he knew about that. Perfect. Let's take a listen to Huckabee here. Unbelievable, this creep calling President Trump that.
I'm joined right now by Mike Huckabee, former governor of Arkansas and a Fox News contributor. Governor, good to see you. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Pretty extraordinary scenarios here. You know, Donald Trump obviously tried to institute his travel ban when he first got in the White House, and he keeps getting pushback, and we're just seeing more terrorism across the world.
Well, Donald Trump has proven, Maria, that he was right, and all of these people in the various liberal courts are wrong.
Correct.
And Theresa May made a comment today about we need to have some embarrassing conversations. What's embarrassing is that they've had open borders for so long, and now they act like they're shocked that people have come in through the open doors and windows and are killing them. You know, if you keep getting hurt by mosquito bites, at some point you decide to start killing mosquitoes. And what has to happen across this world is we recognize that when we are being destroyed and devoured by the mosquitoes, by this evil, at some point you've got to just attack it head on and quit dancing around the fact that it is Islamic terror carried out by religious fanatics.
Well, what do you want to see happen here? Obviously, Theresa May has an election next week. I don't know if you think this is going to impact that. I guess we just discussed it with Nigel Farage that Corbyn is also very conservative when it comes to terrorism. But what's your take in terms of what takes place now in the UK?
I think it's going to be a real confusing time for the Brits because they're going to be looking. Jeremy Corbyn is certainly not one who has been overtly ready to start closing the borders and being more strict about who comes in, and Theresa May hasn't. So, you know, the sad thing is they don't have a really clear choice in this. We did have a choice last November in America, and we made the choice, and that's why Donald Trump, one of the reasons for sure that Donald Trump was elected. Maria, at some point, you know, we can pretend that this is not real, and I watched the mayor this morning, and he came out in his statement and said we're one of the safest places in the world. Go tell that to the parents of teenage girls who are having to identify their daughter in the morgue with a toe tag. I'm sorry, but you know, that isn't working for the people who are now afraid for their kids to go to a ball game or a concert or just to be walking about the streets with their friends for fear of something that is a random yet targeted attack on the totally innocent victims that we're seeing in these terrorist attacks.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I had read on another report that the police are unarmed over there, and they used the batons is the only thing they had to defend, and the police were running away, and the people were fighting off these terrorists with chairs. It's like totally unbelievable, and that weirdo is calling President Trump that name. Excuse me, you know. if it were me, I'd get a big van and dump them all in the van and take off. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and thank you so much for watching.